Alright, this is Alabama Headhunter. I've got 2 or 3 things I want to show y'all this evening. I picked this up the other day. It's a Wildsco, however you pronounce that, steam powered fire engine. I love anything to do with engines. I don't care if it's steam or gas. But I got a little box of stuff over here to make it work. Sometime shortly I will put some water in it and put some fuel in it and fire it up and see how it works. But I'm not going to do that tonight. I got some other things to do. Be right back. Alright, this is some stuff that I've acquired recently. I got this from Elvis, Rockhead, Ohio. Beautiful piece of flint. Said he wanted to get rid of it, and I took it off his hands. I got this, it's been 5 or 6 months ago. This is a river find from down in South Georgia, or South Alabama 1. They weren't really they couldn't, the guy I got it from wasn't sure, but it's definitely a river find. It's very similar to what they find in Flint River down near Albany. Got some nice river polish on it. Beautiful piece of flint. And I was at artifact show a couple of weeks ago up in Loretto, Tennessee, and the guy had these points in his $10 pile. I couldn't turn these down. These things have got this black stuff on them. These were probably found by a diver on the Tennessee River. That's what usually the people that dive, the stuff that's been on the bottom of the river sticks to them. It's almost impossible to get off. I'm trying to remember what they call it. I can't even think of what they call that stuff. But these are pretty large points. Like I say, for $10 a piece, I couldn't pass them up. That stuff there is just, you can't scrape it off. But, I kind of like it being on there myself. I think that's about the prettiest one out of the batch. Big old capina. Big old blade. Alright, let me put these up, and I've got a couple other things. I'll be right back. Okay, the next thing is, I know a lot of you folks know I like to collect thumbnail scrapers, and I corresponded back with newer YouTuber, JamiesonMckernan, and he and I done a little trading. I sent him some thumbnails and a couple of artifacts, and he sent me some back. I'm always willing to do this. There's some pretty nice pieces in here, But of the thumbnails, I think I like this one about the most. Shows a lot of polish from usage. You can feel around the edges where it's worn from being used. And again, I think these are some of the most unappreciated artifacts that there are out there. These things have some of the most beautiful work. And it seems like the people that made them often used exotic materials. I love the stripes in these. Every one of these is made out of some really cool material. And it seems like you'll find them made out of stuff that you never find an artifact or an arrowhead, knife, projectile point, biface blade, not made out of this stuff. And this one's got a couple of little graver tips on it. Turn it over. And they exhibit beautiful flaking. This one's got a lot of polish on it also from being used. Very utilitarian items. There's another one of these made out of some really beautiful flint. This stuff is from, I think, Nebraska, I think is where he's from. He sent me a beautiful little dart point. Don't know the names of the points from his area. But that's what I got in trade from him, and I appreciate it very, very much. All right, I'll be back in a minute with a few recent finds. Here's my recent finds. I got, I think some of these three here on video, and I think there's a couple others on my video that Kent found. Best thing I got for the day was this early archaic side notch, maybe a big sandy. It's got a old impact fracture. Shame the tip had to be gone. I think Kent got a pine tree the same day, about 5 minutes before I found this, and it had an impact fracture also. I got this junky little broken triangle, had to be broke, and a little fat point. Now, it has some archaic flaking on it. There, you can see it now. Really nice flaking on that side. This side's not so good, but you can still see the long flakes that they took off of it, which usually this type of stuff is found on the early archaic stuff. Archaic, not necessarily early, but. And then I went locally and found a few things. I got a big old tool here. I got a really nice little small thumbnail scraper. It's got some wear on it. And I got this little doodad here. It's got a lot of polish on it from being used. And you can see how much wear it has. But what I think this is was probably a pressure flaking tool. As if you look at that tip of this thing closely, it has a ton of wear right there on it. You know, a lot of people find stuff like that, they throw it back down, but Indian really prized this, I think. Another, as I call them, a utilitarian tool, something they used every day with frequency. I got a little ugly triangle point, not much to speak of. Little flint creek with a base broke off of it. Little spike. And another little stem point. These are all off the Little Cahaba River here in Alabama. It's a beautiful little river. You don't find many sites to hunt on it. But got one more thing I'll show you right quick. But that's my finds recently. And I'll be back in just a moment. When I was at the artifact show, I also picked up another handful, 2 handfuls of uniface tools. I'll show some of the better ones. I got this really nice, focus. Yeah, might help if I hit the right button there. This is a pretty nice large one. I can remember when I first started collecting artifacts, I just thought these were big old flakes. And I'd pick them up and look at them, throw them down. And you know, later on I discovered, you know, these things are pretty nice artifacts. And this one has a graver on it. That's not broke right there. This is made that way. Let's see. There's a pretty neat one. It's got the cortex left on it. This has still got some glue on it on the back. I gave a guy $1 a piece for these. There's another nice steep one. It's got some cortex on it. It's got a little graver on the side of it. I just wonder, you know, I like these artifacts that make you wonder what they used them for. More glue. Let's see, here's, look at a couple more of them. I'll quit. Now this one, it's got a blade all the way around it. More glue. And another thumbnail scraper. Probably made it this way for some special application, or maybe they just broke it, but they did use it after they did that. It was resharpened there. And another little steep one. It's got a graver on it on the side. All right, I got one more artifact I want to show you. I may have shown it before, but I'm going to get it out right there. All right, this will be the last one. I'm sorry if I'm boring y'all. I found this artifact, and I guess it's been close to 30 years ago on Hobbs Island right there when you cross the big bridge on the Tennessee River coming into Huntsville. It's just east of the bridge, but it's unifaced. And one of the things that's kind of cool about it is on this side where it had this hump in it, they went to the trouble to knock a few flakes off of it to try and flatten it out. It's, I don't even know what you would call this artifact. Love some input on that. But it's kind of a unique piece. But that's it. Find something new, I will get it out and I'll video it and show it to you. There's my lizards. Over here a minute. Well, I'll do this another time. All right, later folks. See y'all soon. Say bye, squirrel.